Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Michelle Mekky on the line, and she's president and founder over at Mekky Media Relations. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fantastic, and I'm excited to get into today's show topic. So the biggest mistakes business owners make when launching a PR campaign. You're the person that I would love to talk to about that. But before we get into the topic, I do want to give the audience a little bit more of your background. So tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Mekky Media.
Sure. Well, we are a publicity firm. We focus on PR strategy and media relations, mostly for a wide variety of businesses in all different verticals, from small to medium size. And we also provide media training, social media and influencer outreach, and event promotion. So really just an all-around, very personalized boutique PR company. And my background is that I started in media, actually. I'm a former journalist for 12 years as a senior producer at Fox in Chicago, and also worked a bit at NBC, and then spent about a decade running other agencies and helping other agencies before finally starting my own.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. And I think that's a great transition. So we know you're the one we want to talk to about this. What are some of the mistakes that business owners make when launching a PR campaign? We'll start there, and then obviously we want to give them a little bit of love and some tips on how to correct some things. So where do you want to begin?
Sure. Yeah. I have worked with so many different businesses, from individuals to bigger global companies. And I think so many people first dive in way too quickly and think that PR is going to get them that front page story that they've been dreaming of, and everything's going to be fantastic, right? But
it doesn't work like that. You don't just get like a feature and then all this, like it just everything happens and you're a celebrity. That's not what happens.
Right. Exactly. No. Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Why am I doing this podcast, Michelle?
Sorry to bust your bubble. Sorry. So there's so much that goes into it that people don't realize, and I feel like many businesses start a campaign and really don't have a strategic plan, and you can't do any kind of PR without a real strategy, right? Who are you targeting? What's your message? Where are your potential customers reading, or where do you, ideally want to be or seen, but what's the roadmap to get there? So I think most times it's just people jump in a little too quickly and haven't really considered everything that it's going to take to get there. Now, I'm really good and I can make things happen pretty quickly, but my advice is always to really take time, know that there's a ramp up phase, and you will get there if you just consider the time that it takes and the steps to get there.
So I want you to I want to look under the hood a little bit of what PR looks like, and the reason I say that is because sometimes people don't, and just so you know, all the listeners, like I'm going to force Michelle to be a little self-promotional here, because that's what happens when you look under the hood, because I think one of the things that a lot of businesses think about is they think that their marketing person or their internal person can just send out a press release or do something else and that they're going to get traction. But I happen to know, so I started in financial services. I was there 10 to 14 years before going into media full-time, 3 years now, or going on 4 years. Now I know what it's like to be on the actual media side. Everybody knows each other. Like it's a whole nother world. So if you're not hiring a PR person, just understand this. You're on the outside. So I know that's a bad way to present it, but it's true. I learned this because now I'm on the other side. I'm on the media side. It's completely different.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there definitely is a network involved, and have a regular group of contacts that I typically work with in the media. And the goal for any PR person is to be that go-to contact that you can trust, that they're going to deliver you great experts who are going to be phenomenal on television or have really punchy, interesting quotes. And then the pressure on the business, or I shouldn't say pressure, but the point and the goal of doing this is so you can promote your business, right? So you have to learn how to really do that while also being that thought leader in the media, as you are. And that's really what we do and what I'm expert at because of my time in the media, booking all these guests and being bombarded by PR people. And I was always looking for that great expert, right, to book on a daily basis. And I knew then what it takes to get my attention. So now I'm flipping it too on the other side, and I'm really helping businesses become more newsworthy.
And just to be clear, so this is the reason I wanted you to bring that up, or I brought that up, I should say. I pried it out, is because it's not any different than any other industry. It's just that people don't understand that PR is an industry. So I'll explain. So, for example, when I was a financial advisor, my clients would come to me and they would want, and I would pick money managers for them, right? Who's going to manage their money? There could be a lot of different investments. What managers are we going to use? So my clients depend on me to bring them the right money managers to be able to invest, to allocate their capital. So what did that mean? I mean, that's where I was that trusted advisor. That's very common. That's very known. That's what's expected. It's the same thing in media. So on the other side is I don't want to, as a producer of a show, as a host of a show, like we get lots and lots of leads. I rely on a team of publicists around the country to bring me the right guests, so I don't have to worry. Otherwise, we could spend our whole day interviewing people just to see if they made sense to be on the show. That's not the business. So the reason why, so I wanted to I'm giving people a little bit of a background on what's the cooking in the kitchen. I don't know. How's that saying go?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is so true because people watch the news and they see these experts commenting on all different topics, especially now with the COVID-19 scare. I mean, there's doctors, there's small business owners, there's all these people that they're talking to, but think about how long it would take to find someone who's comfortable enough to get out there, be the expert, be the go-to. There's a whole team of PR people involved in cultivating those guests and those experts. And we're helping news people really on a daily basis because you don't have time, and they're with thousands of emails on a daily basis, but they have to produce a really informative newscast or put out an amazing newspaper, right, that has quotes in it and has go-to people. So I'm sort of that middleman now where I'm providing the right people to match the right stories so we can get our information. So
it's not an accident is the point. It's not like that person didn't get in front of the camera by accident. It wasn't like they were like they just had a buddy. Like, oh yeah, my buddy, yeah, he can talk about that. He's a doctor. Oh yeah, he can do it. Yeah, that's not an accident. There's a whole team of people that have to go behind to make that decision to make sure that the content is good. So that's the difference between a quality production and one that's maybe not so quality. And so that's a big, and brand consistency, a lot of other things. So that, I wanted to give to the listeners, because I haven't had a seasoned PR person like yourself on a little bit. I want to give them a little bit of a flavor of what goes on behind the scenes and why it's so important to work with the right type of PR agency and company. So Michelle, I could talk to you about this all day long, but we're about out of time. So let's see. So if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Mekky Media or to connect with you, two-part question. What type of geographies do you typically work in, number one, or what type of clients, business owners, things like that? And number two, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Great. Well, we work with all different markets. We're based in Chicago. We also have clients in LA and Dallas and DC and all over the country. So definitely span nationwide. And then if anyone would like to reach us, you can just go to mekkymedia.com. There is a contact us button on there, and I would be happy to hear from you.
Fantastic. Well, Michelle, it's been great having you on the show today. Appreciate you coming on and teaching us more about what not to do in PR and media relations and some of the things that that people should be thinking about moving forward. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, and love to know what you thought and what you're working on in your end of the world. Let's keep the conversation going in the YouTube community. And Michelle, thanks again for coming on the show.